Alright, welcome back. In our last video, we talked about businesses you can start in Nigeria with a capital of just 250,000 naira. This week, we're going to scale it up a little bit with a capital of 500,000 naira. If you are ready for this video, my name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria, and you are in the front row seat. Let's go! Alright, for all you guys who are out there who has been bitten by this bug of entrepreneurship like me, this is for you. You can't let your money sit in the bank. You can't rely on interest. You have to invest your money. And the money you put in the bank, what do they do with it? They take it and invest it in a business and get more interest and profit so that they can pay you. We're going to give you businesses that you can put your money in suitable for the Nigerian market. Now, keep an open mind for this, because a lot of problems with people is that when they're going into business, they want to do what Mr. A did or what Mr. B did. All right, it's okay. I mean, if Mr. A did it, Mr. B did it. If you follow the same procedure, maybe it will work out for you. But for me, what I like is to add a touch of creativity in every business, or a touch of originality in every business, so that when I do that, it seems like I'm the first person that thought of it. So some of these businesses we're going to tell you today is going to be a little different from what you think a traditional Nigerian business is. But trust me, this has been researched and suited for the Nigerian market, and it's going to get you that edge you want to be noticed in a crowd of people. Now, if videos like this are your interest, you are in the right place. So all you need to do, just like this video or share this video with somebody who you think will gain information from this video. All right, the first business that you can start in Nigeria with a capital of 500,000 naira is a coffee/tea drive-through shop. Open mind. Now, the drive-through is not going to be like the drive-through you have in your head, because when you hear drive-through, you think of McDonald's drive-through in US and stuff like that. All right. Now, coffee and tea are essential parts of every culture and tradition. In Chinese culture and tradition, it dates back thousands of years. It's the same thing in Nigerian culture. Some people have a culture of drinking coffee in the morning. Some people have a culture of drinking tea. There are some local indigenous tea that is for different purposes. Like if you have a cold, there is a tea for it, indigenous tea. If you are stressed, there is a relaxing tea for it. I even found out that if you have menstrual pain, there is a tea that helps calm down the pain. Now, I've seen some coffee shops, all right, but I haven't seen something that focuses on some traditional teas. All you need to do, get those traditional teas, separate them. Of course, you need to do your research well, you need to talk to some people well. Most of the time, if you go to a market where they sell these things, they will show you which tea works for what. In Yoruba culture in Nigeria, they drink a lot of teas. They take guava leaves, they take mango leaves, they take pawpaw leaves, and they cook it up and they get what they drink. Some people carry it on their head and sell around. You call them the abo sellers. They add a little bit of alcohol if that is your preference. Now, if you don't want to go the indigenous way or the traditional way, walk into a good supermarket and check the range of tea they have. I walked into one. It was a whole full shelf of teas, different types of flavored teas. Black tea, white tea, chamomile tea, I think that's the one that works with menstrual pains, and ginger tea. There are several kinds of teas there. Coffee, there are several kinds of coffee. So all you need to do is to rent a small shop. You need a small space where you put your coffee maker or your tea maker. Of course, all you need is hot water and the tea. All right, the tea leaves. All right. So when you put them together, you have to invest in paper cups. Come out as early as possible. Make sure you are situated along the road where people go to work. Have these things priced at a round number so that people will pay you and you don't need to start looking for change most of the time. All right. Paper cups, you put them in paper cups and hand it over to them and they drive off with it. That is the concept. That is the drive-through factor that is in it. This is an innovative idea. It's an original idea. It's different from what people have as coffee shops. All right. Now, you can even jazz it up a little bit and add a little bit of snacks. People can get this thing as breakfast. Akara, you can add it. Some fries, you can add it. More, you can add it. Meat, you can add it. A lot of people want this kind of snacks, on the go snacks, and you can be one of the first to start it. And with 500,000 naira, you can get the items you need to start this. Number 2 is a shoemaker's shop. Shoemaking has come a long way. It's an age-old tradition. All right. Now, in Nigeria, we like wearing palms, what we call palms. All right. It's actually slippers made of leather. Then there is sandals, there are shoes. All right. In this age of clogs being around, not every occasion is suited for that. A lot of people still have their palms even though they have clogs. So don't think that the art of wearing leather slippers is going out of business. In fact, you are limited by your creativity. Another route you can take in this is what China and Taiwan have done over the years. Whatever it's designed for an original, you look at it and get inspiration. I didn't say copy what the original did. Get inspiration from it and make your own version. It may look like a sister to the original, but it's not a replica of the original. That way, people tend to mentally associate the quality or standard or brand name of a particular product with that, which is actually a knockoff. It's a good start to push yourself into the market. China and Taiwan has done that for many years and it works. If you go to China, you will see a shop that looks like Starbucks, functions like Starbucks, but it's not Starbucks. All right, so you can start from there. Some of these shops have products that are not made by them, but they sell this product. It's very cheap, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, even as high as 25,000 naira for a pumps. Now, what do you need? You need the skill set. All right, you either have to train and get that skill set and do the business yourself, which is what I usually recommend. Even when I'm starting a side hustle, what I usually do is I do the business myself for a few months before I hire a manager to take over. The reason is because when the manager is not telling me this went wrong, this went right, I have a clear understanding of what he or she is talking about. He can't pull a wool over my eye, that I know what he is talking about because I've run the business myself. So that's the concept. Get that, get a shoemaker's tool and you are on. But if you don't have the time to get the skills, or you may not have the time to run the business yourself, there are several young people that have learned about this shoe making. All you need to do is to get them the shoes, get them the tools that they need in order to, and hire one, put them there, and gradually you are going to build a brand name for yourself. But whatever you do, stick to quality. People value quality over quantity. You might want to do quantity, however, stick with quality. Number 3 is online e-commerce shop. Now, this is the age and time for online businesses. The reason is because in our last video, when we treated businesses you can start with just 250,000 naira, we mentioned food delivery and explained how you can key into that line of business. In online e-commerce business, almost everything can be handled from one location. In your house, all you need is a good website where people can come and see the items you have, a laptop where you can see and access the order, or even a phone where you can see and access the order, fill out the order from a storeroom in your house or a corner where you park the products in your house, and then call the shipping guy to come and ship it. People pay for the shipping of each product, usually 1,000, 1,500, as the case may be, depending on how far the person is going or not. You know, you can price it yourself. However, this can be run with what you already have. You have a smartphone, you have a house, and you can hire somebody to make a website for you if you can't make it yourself too, and then you invest on the products. Now the question is, what products are you going to invest on? What I usually advise people is to go for what you have passion in. If you are a foodie and you like food items, go for food items. If you are not a foodie and you like shopping for clothes, go for clothes. However, be creative. Think when you are going for the items. For instance, if you are going for clothes, there is nothing stopping you from going to a bend down select. There is something that they call grade 1 bend down select. You get this grade 1 bend down select. That's thrift shop. Put your website and tell people that it's a thrift clothes. Don't try to deceive people into thinking they are new clothes. Tell them it's a thrift shop from thrift clothes. It's a thrift clothes. Bend down, select, get them and price them reasonably. People will buy these things. And some people don't want to go to that place and start selecting the one they want. However, they can stay in their house and buy these things. Another thing you can add to it is what I usually call value added products. You go to this bend down select, you get these grade 1 products, you take them to a dry cleaner and spend like 200, 250 extra and have them washed, ironed and packaged. Now when you photograph these items, they look really good and they smell good. They don't smell like bend down select, and the owner can just buy them and wear them. It's a good alternative if you want quality but you don't want to pay for, say, Gucci, because you can find designer items in those thrift shops. All right, so don't limit yourself. Be creative on the items you want to put, but definitely e-commerce online business is the way to go, and you can actually put that off with a capital of 500,000 naira in Nigeria. Now number 4 is I love this one. Number 4, the reason why I like this number 4 is that the business kind of generates other businesses which you can house in the same place. And what is this? This is a fitness and health shop or studio. Now a lot of people are becoming health conscious. The average life expectancy of people in Nigeria is dropping over the years, and people are becoming more conscious and they want to do exercise in order to circumvent that condition. All right, so a fitness shop works depending on the locality where you are. All you need to do is rent a place and buy some sports equipment. There are several grades of sports equipment. I bought a weightlifting bench which has dumbbells attached to it for I think 25,000 naira, and this is one. So you can have several other products, reasonably priced products, and fill them in a small space. Usually you start small because your capital is small. So go for what you can afford and what fits into your budget. Now you can escalate this depending on how much you can have 12 million naira and you want to go into this and still do something proportional, but the barest minimum you can have before you start attempting this is 500,000 naira. I've gotten a lot of comments of people asking me how much should I invest in this business, how much should I. That's why I actually started this series, and I'm going to start taking this series and see how far I can take it to 10 million, 15 million, 50 million businesses you can start with a certain amount of capital in Nigeria. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, turn on your notification, and the video will be notified, and you will be notified when the video comes online. All right, this is the good part of this fitness studio. Now a lot of people who go to fitness studio like to keep healthy. My wife told me that she buys some health drinks. Like, it's a natural health drink. It's not like a branded health drink. Health drink prepared by a food company here in Abuja that she's going to take for a week at 25,000 naira. This is a health drink that is not more than 600 ml. I think 2 a day, if I'm not mistaken. Taken for a week for 25,000 naira. So once you have these products in a small refrigerator in the fitness studio, be rest assured that somebody is going to exercise and want to take that item. So it has developed another business that is housed in just a small refrigerator in your studio. What other business can it generate? Sports item. Somebody comes to the fitness shop and is lifting weight, and if you don't have lifting weight gloves, before long your palms start getting callous. It will get stiff. So you need lifting gloves. So you buy one. The shorts, the headband for sweat. There are several items, joggers, that you can sell in a fitness shop. So you open a fitness shop and you now have a head clinic beside it, and also a head clinic. Yeah. Then you can also get a nutritionist to come there once a week in order to advise people. It adds quality to it. It means that a professional is looking over what they eat, and that opens a different branch of business, because a nutritionist will be able to map out a food regimen for a person depending on the age, sex, and weight. I love this business because there are different sources of revenue coming in from just one business. Number 5, that's the last, but definitely not the least, is now you have to get your hand dirty with this one. A livestock farm. Yes, a livestock farm is awesome. I've made some videos where I talk to goat rearers, right? There are poultry farmers, there are snail farmers, you can do cattle. Now, when I was younger, my mom used to rent farm lands somewhere in Imo State, Imo State, Umokani. A livestock farm is something you can do. You start by renting a farmland. You rent it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, as the case may be, depending on how affordable it is, which usually is affordable. And you build a shade, depending on the kind of livestock you want to raise. Most of these livestock take care of themselves. Most of these livestock give birth twice in a year. Alright, so you choose what you want. If it is rabbit, do some research about rabbit. They give birth like crazy, and this is getting to the dishes of many people. It's a delicacy, alright, that some restaurants want. When you want to do any livestock farm, go and get the species that you know that is hardly in the market. Try to stand out. Don't do what everybody else does. Now, get the species that you know. There are these species of goats that they smell goaty when they are alive. You kill them, they smell goaty. You cook them, they are still smelling good. In fact, you can't be cooking them in the house, and your neighbors, everybody will know that you are cooking a goat meat. But now the one I buy in the market, you don't perceive anything. I don't know what happened. The goats, they lost their perfume. I just don't understand again. Go and look for good species so that you stand out. If it is fishery, get a pond. You mustn't even dig a pond. You can get all this tarpaulin stuff. There is the one they sell. Some people use it as swimming pool. Some people use it for fish farming. And put catfishes in it. Now, the business that you can generate is that you can have a barbecue stand somewhere in town, while in one village you are raising the livestock, and a barbecue stand where you now cut up these things and barbecue them. So when you are looking for ideas and you have capital and you don't know what to do, think of Top 10 Nigeria. Just come and watch one of these videos and get inspired. It mustn't be exactly as I said it, but make sure you customize it so that people will know that you specifically did this. You didn't just copy a business idea. You did this in order to suit them. Well, that's it on the 5 lucrative businesses you can start in Nigeria with a capital of 500,000 naira. My name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria. Bye for now.